Right. It's official. The European Super League has been announced. What a disgrace. Now, what is there to say about the European Super League? Well, if you just give me a second. We will discuss it. Why are you live? Because I'm here to discuss the European Super League. It's just been announced that the Super League is a thing, and this is what we know about it, and this is why it's a disgrace. And there we go. Thank you, Nico. So, as you can see, we're on Twitter. So, Arsenal have tweeted out that they are officially part of the European Super League. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted this. The 12 clubs who have initially joined the Super League and are the founders will be AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Real Madrid, Tottenham. All 12 of those clubs right. They are them 12 clubs: Milan, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Real Madrid, Tottenham are all disgraces. They have sold the soul of these football clubs for life. They've sold them away for some cash. Will there still be Europa League? Probably not. Basically, how this works, it will replace UEFA's Champions League and Europa League. How it will work is those 12 clubs will forever be in this league. So no matter what, they could finish bottom of their league. Them 12 clubs will always be in this league. There will be a 20 league team, a 20 team competition, two league tables of 10. The top 3 of each of them tables qualify for a knockout round, and then 4th and 5th in those leagues that play a playoff to then also qualify, and then that goes into a knockout round to see who is the champions. So, with that being said, what is now going to happen is, like I said, these clubs are now tweeting out. So, we saw Arsenal have tweeted out that they are part of the Super League. Have Manchester United tweeted anything? Right. They have not. Thank God. But it has been confirmed that these are the 12 clubs that have joined the European Super League. So, what about Everton when those clubs leave? Well, Everton gets fucked over. And this is the big problem with it. It kills competition. Because basically what's going to happen is there's going to be... Well, obviously, that's a whole new league now. So there'll be 2 leagues. So instead of these clubs playing Champions League football, they will now play in the Super League. The European Super League. So that means that... Obviously, they have to like Manchester United, for example, they have to compete for in the Premier League and the European football. So they're going to be playing 3 games a week, meaning obviously the Super League is going to play midweek, so the Champions League's fucked off. Champions League is not a thing anymore. Well, won't be a thing if this goes through and everything is is allowed, then the Champions League, fucked. It's gone. Absolutely gone. FA Cup might be gone because these big clubs and these big corporations, and well, it's not even the club, it's the owners, have fucked it. No one wants this. Right. So I've got a notepad here, and and we'll go over each topic. So, it will kill the domestic game. So this is the first one. So basically, all the big clubs, so the top 6 in the Premier League, will all play in both the Premier League. Well, we'll want to try and play in the Premier League and the European Super League. The Premier League doesn't want that. So, and they've said that they don't want that. So what's going to happen is that clubs like Manchester United, Manchester City, and well, the whole traditional top 6 or the big 6 will all have to pick between the Premier League and the European Super League. The European Super League is going to be giving these clubs more money, so they're going to pick the European Super League. So the top 6 will probably leave the Premier League and go play in the European Super League on its own. Meaning, the money in the Premier League is going to massively drop. The eyes from the Premier League are going to massively drop. And it's going to fuck it. Of course, there is people trying to fight against this. If we get Fabrizio Romano out, he's tweeting about it constantly. So this is what UEFA has said. UEFA wants every club and player participating in the Super League should be banned from all UEFA and FIFA competitions, European or international level. So basically what they're saying is they want what UEFA want is that everyone who's taken part in it to be banned and never to be able to play for their country again in FIFA World Cups, in the Euros, in the Champions League, in the Premier League, no matter what. What about if they choose the Super League? What happens to everyone? Well, obviously Everton will stay in the Premier League. But obviously, the Premier League will no longer have Manchester City, Manchester United, Spurs, Arsenal, so on and so forth. All of this must be a joke. Unfortunately, it's not. So, with all the top 6 leaving, obviously, the Premier League becomes less... Yeah, I'm ashamed as a Man United fan. It ruins the league. And I have huge respect for PSG, for Bayern Munich, for Dortmund, Lyon, the big clubs that are in Germany, in France, that have not, at the moment, have turned this down because it's a disgrace. It's going to kill the game. Slowly but surely, it will kill the game. Just think about it. So, let's say, for instance... Not only does it tarnish the reputation of these clubs, like, you look at, obviously, I'm a Manchester United fan. You look at Manchester United's history, our biggest moment in history, 99, where we won the treble. Solskjaer's won it at the end. You look at, the Busby Babes, built on the Champions League. And unfortunately, the horrific, Munich air disaster. Obviously, a massive part of Manchester United based around the European Cup, and we're just fucking it off. Premier League, we are the most successful Premier League club in the world, and we're fucking that off so we can go play some European football. And it's fucking the fans off as well, because while it's nice at the start when you think, we get to go to Barcelona, we get to go to Real Madrid every week. Do you think Manchester United fans, like, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday night, every fucking week, want to be on a plane flying to Italy, to Spain, to Germany? No, they don't. Of course they don't. It's ridiculous. Will the Championship be the new Premier League? No, the Premier League will remain the Premier League, but obviously more Championships clubs will come up. There'll be a massive reform. It will be the end of English football, Italian football. Well, yeah, it'll be the end of domestic football as we know it. it's not only ruining the future of these prestigious clubs, it's straining the past. Exactly. But again, so going on further, the competition in general is massively flawed. Because what happens is these 12 clubs, likely clubs like Wycombe, West Watford won't really be affected too much. Well, actually, they will, but not. It'll be a byproduct of it. Because you think about this is how you think about it. So, it's like a pyramid. Obviously, Manchester United, Liverpool, Man City, they are what bring the eyes to the Premier League. That is why BT Sport, why Sky Sports, why like Amazon. That's why they paid the big bucks to broadcast the Premier League, because of Manchester United. All eyes are on Manchester United. All eyes on City. With them going, the Premier League will lose so much money, which it needs to support the rest of the pyramid. All eyes will leave it, because all eyes will then turn to this big European Super League, because it's got the best teams. It's not even got the best teams. It's got the biggest teams, and that's the issue. Well, that's one of the biggest issues. It's not. You don't get into this competition like you do the Champions League. Obviously, with the Champions League, it's you get top four. You've been the best. You've been the four best teams in England. So you get to go to the Champions League. You get to play against other top teams from around Europe. That works. That makes sense. But this, it's 20 teams, 12 of them that can never be relegated. The 12 founding teams being Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Spurs, Real Madrid and Barcelona. I've probably missed one. But it's a traditional top six from England. It's then Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, and Inter Milan, AC Milan, and someone else, whoever I haven't said. So it's it's the 6 biggest teams from England, 3 biggest from Italy, 3 biggest from Spain, all going into a league. They can never be relegated. So there is no competition there in that league, just because they're the biggest. And it's turning into like the American style model, where it's all about money. These clubs know that if we're in this league, all eyes will be on us. We can't get relegated. So no matter what, we are going to be getting paid. And it's all because they want control. They know currently how the Premier League is. It's not fair, but the team at the top gets more money because they've done better, and so on and so forth. The big clubs want to have complete control over their money. They want to know, and they want control over who gets paid what. They want Manchester United we're bringing in the most eyes, so we want the most money. Because obviously that's not how it works in the Premier League. In this Super League, that is how it will work. We are losing competition. We are losing so much for so little. 3.5 billion split between 15 teams is all about the money. I said Rashford went to Everton from the Super League. Would it work? Imagine Harry Kane not being able to play for England. He's so proud. Well, yeah. The issue is, there's a lot of issues really, isn't there? But right. So this is how the domestic game will now start to absolutely clutter, like full. So you think about it. So you've got all these clubs in the European Super League trying to play 3 games a week at the highest level. So you got Manchester United, for example, playing in the Premier League and the European Super League. Well, because that's what they want to do. They want to try and play in both. Chances are it's not going to be able to happen. But what they want to do, they want to have play in the Premier League and the Super League. So let's say that happens. So that's about 20 Super League games if you just about get through it all. So you play 20 Super League games, 38 league games. So that's 58 games. You've been off the Champions League, which some clubs are built on. You get rid of the Europa League. You get rid of the FA Cup, the oldest cup competition in history. You bin that off. Carabao Cup, you bin that off as well, just so we can play Real Madrid every week, just because that brings in the most money. And see you in the next. In a bit, Nico. And what will happen is, obviously, these clubs need money. They need money. They'll get loads of money. Sorry, and obviously, if they're playing 3 games a week, and especially in the Super League, they're going to be playing the best teams of the world. Well, the biggest teams in the world. So they need the best squads. So not only do they need a Premier League sort of squad, or starting 11, they'll also need a Super League one, because these players can't play 3 games a week. Like we keep saying about Manchester United players, like Lionel Messi, for example, can't play 3 games a week at the highest level every week, can he? No, he can't. So these clubs will have 2 amazing starting 11s, and will be able to afford it due to the sheer amount of money they will get through the Super League. So through all that money they got, they will then go to clubs like that won't be able to get in it, like West Ham. Theoretically, look, they might get into the Champions League this year, but next year they're not going to be, are they? So they can just go to West Ham and Declan Rice and be like, right, I'm having you, and I'm buying them. And we will see that across football. We will see smaller clubs have their best players nicked off them because of the sheer amount of cash these big clubs will have, and it will ruin the game. It will completely ruin it, because the small clubs, there won't be a chance for them to build up and get to the Premier League and then get into this European competition at all, because it will be too. Because there's 20 teams and there's 12 clubs already. Apparently, there's another 3 that are looking to join. So there'll be 5 clubs available, 5 spaces available every year for the whole of Europe. It's just not going to happen. European Super League is about the pounds, not the bloody fans. They don't ever think about the small clubs. This is the end of football. I completely agree. It will kill the game. Like, you think about the dreams of football clubs. Like, you think about what makes competitions like the FA Cup so brilliant. It's the Luton Towns. I remember, was it 2014 maybe? Bradford City, were they League One? They beat Chelsea. They got to League Cup final, and then they lost to Swansea. It was a League Cup final between Swansea and Bradford to get into Europe. That gone. That will be gone. That chance, that once in a lifetime opportunity for some of these players to play against the biggest clubs at the biggest stadiums, gone. These small clubs that live or die off of pulling these big clubs in the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup, and getting that day out, the funding thanks to ticket sales from playing at Old Trafford, gone. All thanks to American business owners. You just look at the people in charge of it. Chairman, Florentino Perez, twat. I mean, I don't know much about Juventus' owner. I mean, if Flavio is still here, you can let me know about him. Joel Glazer, wanker. The European football. The game is gone. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's It's heartbreaking, really. FIFA has released a statement. Obviously, we're getting all this news as you are. So right. So Liverpool have tweeted about it. What have Liverpool said? Has Manchester United said anything? It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. Spurs have tweeted about it. I mean, Smith here. Look, they want people to renew their season tickets. Fuck off. We're just scrolling through here. Here we go. Here's FIFA's statement. Brilliant. That's not the statement. Right. So if I get rid of my face cam. So the statement reads, in view of several media requests and as already stated several times, FIFA wishes to clarify it stands firm in favour of solidarity in football and an equitable redistribution model which can help develop football as a sport, particularly at global level, since the development of global football is the primary mission of FIFA. In our view, and in accordance with our statutes, any football competition, whether national, regional, or global, should always reflect the core principles of solidarity, inclusivity, integrity, and equitable financial redistribution. Moreover, the governing bodies of football should employ at all lawful sporting and diplomatic means to ensure that this remains the case. Against this background, FIFA can only express its disapproval to a closed European breakaway league outside the international football structures and not respecting the aforementioned principles. FIFA always stands for unity in world football and calls on all parties involved in heated discussions to engage in calm, constructive, and balanced dialogue for the good of the game and in spirit of the solidarity and fair play. FIFA will, of course, do whatever is necessary to contribute to a harmonised way forward in the overall interests of football. What a load of rubbish. It. Apparently, Florentino Perez, who's of course the leader and the president of the Super League, has informed people that he wants to start the competition this August. Fuck off. And there's that news there. I don't understand how this can be allowed to go ahead. You think about the biggest clubs in the world. Like just for example, we've got the 12 teams. If I load up my Word document, no, we don't want that. Right, that's what do we want? What am I trying to load here? That's what I want. Right there. So, if I drop that down. So, for example, if I move that over here. So, why is Photoshop loading up? Piss off. As an Arsenal fan, I'm disappointed we're throwing away our history for money. I buy... I buy these shirts. I go to games for what? Greedy owners. Shake my head. I should be. It should be stopped. We're throwing away the history. I again completely agree. I wonder what the players think about it. Well, I mean that is a great question. I would argue the players probably don't care too much. To be honest, think about it. What does this mean for players? Well, actually, saying that players probably do care. Because the players, they care more for our football club and our football clubs than these owners do. Notice how majority of these of this news is coming from America. Some of the owners, Joel Glazer, American. FSG at Liverpool, American. What's his name? The Kroenke at Arsenal, American. It's all American, and it's an American eye. You look at the NBA, you look at American sport. It's this format. It's no relegation, no promotion. It's this 12 teams. You can guarantee these players are in it. So that's how you monetize it. You can say these teams will always be in it. These are the biggest clubs, not the best clubs, because Arsenal are 9th right now. Manchester United well, we're second, so it's a bad example. Spurs. They're not one of the best teams in England right now. Leicester are better than them. So West Ham. It's just the big clubs. What does America know about football? They don't. But what they do know, they know how to make money. And that's what this is. As we keep saying, it's making money for these rich owners. And it's a joke. Feel bad for young talent who can't play for their country anymore. Well, yeah, what happens about that? Because obviously, like you mentioned, if this rule does come in place, where if you are part of the Super League, you can't play for your country, what happens for it? Because obviously, a young player born in Manchester, where does he have to move house to try and so he can play for England? Like, if he's 12, obviously he's playing for the club. Is he allowed to go play for England? Because it's not his fault he lives in Manchester, is it? And like you look at the clubs around Manchester, or at least the big clubs, they're all going in there. Liverpool, Man City, they're going in there. But look, what we'll do, so we'll get the big all 12 teams. So it's Man United, Man City, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. Right, so there's big six. Then we have Atletico, we have Barca, we have Real Madrid. We then have Inter, Juventus, and AC Milan. So there. So there's the 12 teams. Yeah, so we have the 12 teams there. So no matter what, these 12 teams will always be in the competition. Not to mention, there's apparently 3 other clubs that want to join before and become a founding member. So just for argument's sake, because it probably is going to be some part of these clubs, it's going to be PSG. Let's be real, it's going to be PSG, Bayern Munich, and probably what we saying, Dortmund? We'll say Dortmund. I'll put them 3 in red because we'll put them in yellow. No, not yellow. You can't read yellow. We'll put them in red. And we'll put them in green. So you have 15 teams who can never get relegated from this league. So, what happen? So how does the other 5 get filled? For one, what happens to teams like Ajax? Historic Champions League side. Do they just not get in anymore? Is the Dutch league not good enough anymore? And let's say Ajax get in. So Ajax. Then who went? So we've got 4 spaces left. Winner of the Premier League, winner of the La Liga, winner of Serie A, winner of Ligue 1. There's 4. What? There's big 4 leagues of Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, Ligue 1, 5. So we've got 5 teams there already. So that's too many. So what happens? Does Ajax not get in? Is it just now the winners of the big 5 leagues? What's happening? Look at Mbappe. He could win at least 2 World Cups. Nope, too bad for you. You're playing a Super League. Exactly. I mean, all of Europe, not domestic football, will die. Will die. And that's the sad thing. Football as we know it, over. You think of like if you guys have go to watch football, what's some of your best away days or some of the best games you go to watch? Especially if you live near you support your local team, you go to watch your local team a lot. Chances are they're not very big, are they? I mean, my biggest local team is Peterborough United. They play in League 1. Going to an FA Cup game against even West Brom when we played them, I think about 4 years ago. That was amazing. It was because you were massive underdogs, and you had earned the right through beating teams in the FA Cup to play against a Premier League club. Gone. It'll be gone. Them League 1 clubs will never play a Premier League club again. In the FA Cup and whatever, they'll never their dreams of playing against these big clubs gone, absolutely gone. Because even if these clubs aren't forced to leave their leagues, which by the looks of it will be the case, they'll be forced to pick between the Super League or the Premier League. In the end, these clubs will decide to leave the Premier League or the Ligue 1 or whatever their domestic league, because they want to make as much money as possible. And leaving their domestic league to play in their own league where they have complete control of the money they spend, meaning they don't have to play if they're in 2 different competitions, playing 3 games a week in 2 leagues, they'll need 2 11s. But if they're in one, if they're only in the Super League, when they're just going to leave, they're going to say, we can sell 11 you. We don't need two first teams anymore. Hello, money. Put that in my back pocket. It's a joke. I mean, look, I really, really hope that these clubs back turn. Because, look, I mean, look at my face in the thumbnail. It says it all. I mean, look. Obviously, this is a joke, but this is what our English national team will be subject to. Something like a team like this, because you look at Trent won't be able to play, Maguire won't be able to play, Kane no, Sterling no, Sancho. Well, I mean Sancho could at the moment. See, they want money to sign new players, and a lot of new players won't want to join if they can't play their national team. You put Arsenal in the same league in PSG, and they are done. Well, yeah, it's what I mean. It's disgusting. Like, it removes competition, which is what football is based on. It's competition. You can't. It. I mean, what can you say? It's it's staggering how this has been allowed to happen. So by the looks of it, that's a Manchester United. So the Super League, by the looks of it, has made a Twitter page, thesuperleague.com. So, this is how it works. The competition format. The Super League is a new European competition between 20 top clubs. And by top clubs, they mean the biggest clubs. Not the best clubs anymore. This isn't the Champions League. This is the top clubs. The biggest clubs in the world. The clubs that will make them the most money. Not the best clubs in the world. Because West Ham aren't going to be in there. Arsenal will be, but West Ham won't be. Leicester won't be in. Despite Leicester finishing above Spurs and Arsenal for the last 2 years. Have won the Premier League more recently than Arsenal and Tottenham. They've won more Premier Leagues, Leicester City, than Spurs. But they don't get in it because they're not as big as Tottenham. Tottenham get in. So, I mean, football's gone, innit? It is gone. There will be... Anyway, so the top 20 countries comprised of 15 founders and 5 annual qualifiers. So, like I said, 15 out the 20 clubs will always be in the competition. Always. Just so they can have as much money as they want. So, I mean, look, Arsenal, look, they're not good enough at the moment, are they? I mean, you could argue Man United aren't, but at least this year we're second. We're in there on merit. But anyway, carrying on. There'll be 2 groups of 10 clubs, each playing home and away fixtures within the group each year. By bringing together the best clubs and the best players in the world, the Super League will deliver excitement and drama never seen before in football. Top 8 clubs. Following the group stage, 8 clubs will qualify for a knockout tournament, playing home and away until the single match Super League Championship in a dramatic 4-week end to the season. Notice how it's been called a championship. Sounds very American to me. Midweek games. Games will be played midweek and all clubs will remain in their domestic leagues. Of course, that is obviously their aim. Of course, it won't stay like that. The Premier League have already said they do not want this. They will not be allowed to stay in both. So, the Premier League these clubs will leave the Premier League. Solidarity and sustainability. Solidarity payments will grow in line with league and revenues and are expected to be in excess of 10 billion during the course of the initial commitment period of the founders. These solidarity payments will follow a new model with transparency and regular public reporting. And there's Manchester United badge. It's shocking. And look, as look, we'll just look at all of them clubs. Absolute joke. This is it's the start of the end. Yeah, I mean, the way to stop it is the fans. These clubs are built on the fans. They are built on them. This competition cannot survive and will not survive if the fans don't let it. If the fans don't watch it, the fans complain. It won't accept. It won't go. The end of La Liga, the Prem, the Serie A, and well, all the other domestic leagues, because the Champions League will go. Deliver excitement to football. I enjoy watching the top four battle it out for Champions League. Look at West Ham. Could have got Champions League football. That's insane. Disgusting. Exactly. The excitement of football isn't just watching the best teams play. Look how excited everyone was. Look, everyone was getting excited about Fulham, Newcastle, because it's the drama that people love about football. That's why people love the Champions League. You think about all the greats of the Champions League. The Barcelona 4-0. Barcelona-Liverpool 4-0 2 years ago. Gone. That's gone. I mean, and look, I'm a Man United fan. Honest, point deduction. Fuck them. Like, relegate us. Relegate all the big top six. I mean, they won't. See why they won't? Because we're the ones that bring the eyes to the Premier League. So they can't afford to relegate us, can they? But point deduction should be done. There is no way Manchester United or Manchester City should be allowed to be first and second in the Premier League when we're trying to fuck it off. It's a disgrace. We're trying to kill the English game just so we can get a couple more million in the bank. Just so the owners can get a bit more money. And look, I don't want to get this. I don't want us to get confused here. It's not the fans. It's not the fans. It's the greedy owners that have caused this. This is a joke. It's the end of football. Well, I mean, look, we're just watching the biggest clubs in the world. Like if you had to name the biggest clubs in Spain, you'd say Barcelona, the Real Madrid, the Atletico Madrid. You ask the biggest clubs in England, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. But no, and look, America just killed football in a day. And look, league table will be Man City and PSG every year. Can't wait. I mean, it will be interesting to see what happens, because if the regulatory bodies want to make this fail, it can happen. If there's the end of the Champions League, Europa League, and World Cup, well, Champions League and Europa League for certain, they're big competitions because people want to watch Manchester United versus Barcelona. No offence to Everton, no one wants to, or Sevilla, no one wants to watch Everton play Sevilla. Really, do they? Or Wolves versus Spartak Moscow. No one cares about that. People want to watch the biggest teams play against each other in knockout football. In a competition where if you don't perform, you are out. That is not the case here. I don't like the biggest difference between the Champions League and this, because theoretically it is fairly similar. If you think about it, it's a group stage, just bigger groups now, and well, it's very similar to how the Premier League, the Champions League, what's it called? It's getting done. What's it called? Redo. It's being done. what's it called? Reformatting's done. So it's just a big table, and the top teams go through. This is fairly similar to that, but it's that these teams will never leave this competition. So it's not the best teams; it's the biggest teams, and it shows the problem. Football is all about competition. It's all about seeing them upset. It's all about, look, Leicester City won the Premier League, and rightly so, got Champions League football, and they got to the quarter-finals when they got knocked out by, I believe, did Atletico Madrid get to the final that year? Was that the year they lost on penalties? That is how football is. That's how football should be. Teams earn their right to play in the big competitions. You earn the right to play in the Premier League by winning the Championship and by getting promoted. You earn the right to play in the Champions League by being the best team in the Premier League. Well, being one of the top 4 best teams in the Premier League. Apart from if you're a historically big club and then you get it in for free. And what makes this more of a problem is what makes you be able to then become a founding. Well, obviously we can't be a founding member anymore, can you? Really? I mean, so look, you look at Man City. They got took over about 15 years ago. 15 years ago. So in that space of time, they've got took over. They sent loads of money, and now they get put in it. Historically, they're not a big club historically, but because they've sent so much money, same with Chelsea somewhat, they've got to get in there. So what happens for let's say Newcastle got took over last year? They wouldn't have got put in, would they? Because they're not big at the moment. But obviously they're gonna have billions to spend, so they could become a better team than Man City. But they're not allowed to be in, are they? Roma versus Barcelona, Ajax versus Spurs are examples of why this is horrible. Yeah. Everything Messi and Ronaldo did in the Champions League for nothing. Yeah. Created by the poor, stolen by the rich. It's so sad because football is now just a business. Yeah. I mean, everything you guys are putting in the chat is right. Football is, look, it's escapism for most. That's what it is, isn't it? It's a way for people to get away from their lives, no matter how bad it is, and relax. Go to watch the football. Go to your local club and watch the game. It's not that easy anymore. Think about the amount of money these fans are going to have to go put in. Not only are they travelling every week from some clubs, obviously, let's say you live in Manchester, you support Manchester United. Not only are you now travelling once a week, well, once every 2 weeks to go to an away game in, like, let's say London, but now you're also travelling to Spain. You're going on holiday to Spain for the day to go watch that game. Obviously, ticket prices for them games, fucking through the roof they'll be, wouldn't they? Do you think the players will have a say in it? Well, this is where I was going to get onto it earlier. I can't remember why I stopped. You think about, look, and I believe Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted this. Fuck off, Arsenal. Right. I mean, look. I mean, this thread by Smith is talk about how our football clubs are more than just a club. It's our lives, and it's being ripped away from us. The history of the club. It's our history. It's not just the club's history. It's our history. It's your dad taking you to your first game. You going to your first European night. Manchester United, for example, obviously my club, as you can tell. You look at our history. Our biggest achievement ever. The reason our current manager is an icon at the club. Champions League away night. Champions League final. Manchester United's biggest achievement is winning a treble. This competition kills the Premier League, kills the FA Cup, kills the Champions League, kills all three of them dead. And it's all because the big clubs are greedy and want full control. And as Ryan, Vintage_United Ryan, has just said, the Glazers have legit not just killed Manchester United, but killed football. The Glazers, Joel Glazer, who is in a pole position in this. I think he's like, I can't think of what his position is. I mean, there you go. I mean, because look, fans won't stick by. Shouldn't stick by him. Honestly, like football's gone. That's the sad thing. With you, I'm a Newcastle, and if the takeover happens, I will be so angry and pissed if we get. I'd rather a much more local team now. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Why should we have to give up our clubs because of rich Americans, greedy Americans? Bruno, Rashford, Shaw, and co will definitely leave United. Who wants to play for their country? Who doesn't want to play for their country? Oliver will walk too. Football is not business. And that's where I was going to get to. I was looking for a Fabrizio Romano tweet. Well, this will do. Every club and player participating in the Super League could be banned from all UEFA competitions and internationals. That is what I was looking for. Because this, according to Fabrizio Romano, and that is where I was getting to. This is where the players have to stand up and protect our game. Our beautiful game. If the players stand up and say, look, I am not playing for Manchester United anymore. I'm not playing for Chelsea. I want to leave. I do not want to take part in this shit Super League that is going to kill football. I want to play for my country. That will stop it. Because the big players it's not particularly the big clubs that draw the eye. It's the players. If Manchester United played the under-21s every game, eyes would go. Because no one would want to watch that. People watch the big teams because they're the best players and they're the biggest players. If they all left and didn't join the Super League, they wouldn't be playing, would they? And so what you'd get a load of retired old farts going over there, like you really saw with China. Going over there, now I'm not going to play for my country anymore. Now I'll play in the Super League. And it will crumble. And the clubs involved, so Manchester United, Inter Milan, AC Milan, all the rest, they will fall. And our clubs gone forever. Unless they give these players 5 times what they're currently getting paid, there's no way our top players will stay. I don't even know who to support anymore. Well, mate, I don't know how to say your name, but don't give up on your club. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace that Manchester United, that all the other clubs have agreed to join this. MLS 2.0, pretty much bang on. It's the Chinese league. It's a shambles. It's a sham. It's shambolic. And this is where Bundesliga is so far ahead of the rest of the world when it comes to football clubs. There's a reason why the Bundesliga clubs aren't there. Because 51% of all Bundesliga clubs have to be owned by the fans. Meaning, Bayern Munich's owners can't just put them in there. The fans have to agree. That's not the case with the Premier League or these other or the other leagues. United haven't released a statement on Twitter yet. What are they scared of? Well, they know the backlash. They'll know the backlash they're going to get. They would have seen it everywhere else. We will help football at every level and take it to its rightful place in the world. Fuck off. Honestly, if there was one man who I'm not surprised about, it's Perez. What a wanker. Right. So apparently, Bayern Munich, PSG, and Dortmund have all refused to join the Super League. Apparently now Bayern Munich have accepted it. So apparently Bayern Munich will be joining. Leipzig as well. And then Porto. It's crazy that these teams are willing to just leave their respective leagues and all the history behind it. Well, because currently how it stands, obviously like we read on the official Super League website, what did it say? There, midweek games. Games will be played midweek and all clubs will remain in their domestic leagues. That is their plan. But of course, that will not be the case. The Premier League will not allow for Manchester United to go play in another league just so they can control their money. That won't be allowed. Realistically, this is all about greed and money. These big clubs want to be able to control what is going on in football. They want to control football, these big clubs. People that don't care about football. Joel Glazer, who is ahead of this, if we go to the press release, Joel Glazer, co-CEO of Manchester United and vice chairman of the Super League, he doesn't know what the offside rule is. He doesn't care about football. He cares about making money. Will Man United still continue to play the Europa League semi-final? Heard that teams that join the Super League will leave immediately. Well, obviously, this is only officially come out. So, as the hours pass, as the days pass, we will learn more and more information about what is going to be the backlash and the outcome of all this. We don't know what's going to happen. Money El Class. Yeah. Leaving their loyal fans and all the authenticity that we loved about the game. But again, it's so important in this situation to differentiate. That's not how you say that word, but like split. It's not the club, it's the owners. Like Liverpool as a club is the football clubs are the fans, aren't they? Without Manchester United, without the fans, is nothing. It's nothing. It's not the fans voting this. It's the owners. It's the greedy owners that want money. And they know with this new format, this new competition, they will make so much money. Because it's the best players playing in the biggest teams with the biggest followings, all playing in the same league, and like I said, they own the power. These 12 clubs, or these 15 clubs, when the other 3 get announced, they will own all the power. They will have all the power over this league. So they will get the biggest television broadcasting deal they can get, and it will go. It'll be like, oh, Manchester United, you'll get the biggest. Real Madrid, you'll get the biggest. Man City, or you don't bring as many eyes in, but you get a little bit, so you can have that. Or Porto, let's say Porto get in. Porto, you bring like nothing. You get nothing. What? There's not. It's stupid. someone like Ollie will definitely walk away. He cares about the fans, and our owners only care about the money. Well, again, that's the type of thing we need. We need players to take a stand. We do. We can't allow these greedy owners to ruin our football clubs. Surely countries will get involved since football draws in so much money. Well, the countries don't like it. Like, obviously, Boris Johnson earlier said he doesn't want the idea of it. I mean, look, you could just scrolling through the whole of Twitter. It's just all about it. Imagine you're in charge of UEFA and the likes of Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, United quit your competition on your what? I mean, look, this is what Bobby Robson said, and this is pretty much what I said earlier. A football club isn't the owners. It's important to make that to make that distinction. It's not the fans. You don't go at the fans. Don't say, "Oh, Manchester United are a disgrace." Well, I mean, we are. Well, we're not. The owners are. The Glazers are a disgrace. FSG is a disgrace. Not Manchester United, not Liverpool, not Spurs. It's Daniel Levy. It's the Glazers. It's FSG. It's Kroenke. Because the club is not the owners. It's the fans. It's the history of the club that is being tarnished by the owners. And I want to make that so clear. And look, I hope, and it's so bad to say it, I hope what Gary Neville was saying is right. Knock Manchester United out of the Europa League straight away. Same with Arsenal. Knock Man City out of the Champions League. Knock Bayern Munich if they're joining that. Well, they're already out, aren't they? Knock Chelsea out. Knock everyone out. Give PSG the Champions League now. I believe they're the only one. Yeah. Give Liverpool the PSG the Champions League because they're not joining it. They refuse to join it. Knock everyone out. Give Manchester United, give all the top six massive point reductions in the Premier League. Give Leicester City the title. Because we do not deserve it. We do not deserve to be where we are in the league after this. We don't. It would be unfair. All the big teams get extra money and then play in the Premier again. Shake my head. Unfair. Unfair on the small clubs who get enough. Well, yeah. I mean, the way the Premier League is run right now is there's the Champions League and the Europa League have been temporarily cancelled according to the BBC. Well, I mean, it says it there. Breaking Champions League and Europa League have been temporarily cancelled. Shocking. I mean, what have Liverpool said about it? Oh, it's just the same rubbish as always. Prem looks like Liverpool will walk. Well, again, Fadzil. This is what I mean. You can't say that because it's not the clubs. It's not Barcelona. It's not Liverpool. It's not Manchester United. It's the owners. What I would say about Barcelona, obviously, apparently, well, obviously when is it Bartomeu, when he left, he said that he signed a contract for the Super League. So I don't know if Barcelona are a member because of Bartomeu, and the new guy who's coming is also a part, likes the idea or not. But it has to go. It can't be allowed to happen. We have to hope the guys at FIFA will crack this down like that and kill it dead. Hey, I'm from Barcelona, but I don't like the idea of a Super League. No fans really like the idea of a Super League. This is way bigger than our clubs. This is the very fabric of football. Players need to speak up. Fans need to stand together regardless of their team colours. Copy, brilliantly, well said. This isn't a time to bash Manchester United, a time to bash Manchester City. It's not a time to bash anyone. It's a time to bash the owners and get these owners and get these type of people out of our game. Get them out of football. They should never have been allowed in. The Glazers, and obviously I can only speak from a Manchester United standpoint, being a Manchester United fan. Manchester United was brought by these owners on debt. They couldn't afford us. They brought us on debt and have put us into debt after debt to make money, and this is just their next way to do it. This is like the NBA, players changing team every year. People seeing football for players and not for teams. I don't like it. Champions League, yeah, that's what I said. Who came up with a stupid idea? The 12 clubs that are currently in it. That's who came up with the idea, because they are fed up. The 12 clubs are fed up with these teams, with like the Aston Villas, and obviously we've got an Aston Villa fan in chat. I'll get through the live chat quickly. They are fed up of, like, Manchester United are fed up of bringing in the most eyes to the Premier League, but they're not getting the most money out of it, because Aston Villa are taking their equal fair share of it, because they finished, let's say, they finished 6th, Man United finished 7th. They're annoyed because Aston Villa will get more than them because they finished higher than them because they were a better team that year. So they wanted a competition they have full control over, which they can never get relegated. Like you said with the NBA, like the MLS, like these American-style tournaments where there's the same teams in there every single year. The best players staying in that league. Like, yes, we might see Neymar, for example. He might leave PSG, but if international players are still allowed to play, well, if Neymar is still allowed to play for Brazil, he'll just move from Brazil, from PSG to Barcelona again, or vice versa. As Villa Football said, it's a disgrace. This is a war in the Premier League. It's a war on football. It's not just the Premier League. Liverpool have left the European Club Association, so they can now never play in a European competition again. They crushed our hopes and dreams. Disgrace. As Villa, we're going places. This cannot come to pass. I look forward to Simon Jordan's reaction. Change your name to For Fuck's Sake Football. That's because that's what everyone is saying right now. I might have to. What I would say is that this reaction has to continue. This reaction can't die down. We cannot let this sit. Because what I fear will happen, and I'll go to full screen here. What I fear will happen is the outrage will die down, and we can't let that happen. If the outrage dies down, then slowly but surely this will be accepted, and that can't happen. If we get to a point where this is just accepted, football's gone. It's gone. And that's the scary thing. We watch football for the drama. We watch it for the competition. We watch it because we love the game. And it gets killed. We support our clubs not just because, well, for most people, not because they win things, because because that's who we support. We are. I am a Manchester United fan. I love Manchester United. I don't love the Europa League we're about to win. I love the club, and I want to watch us play, and I want to watch us play in the Premier League. I want to watch us play against the other English clubs, and I want us to be the best team in our country, like we have been 20 times before, and what has made our club what it is today. It's not just as if like with the Premier League when the first division became the Premier League, where it was a restructure and it was a name change sort of thing. This is a complete wipe of history. This is saying what you've won in the past doesn't matter anymore. We're here now. We're here to stay. We've got the money. Come get it. Football is a religion, and this calls for a holy war. It's a disgrace. It's the end. It's a crime against humanity. The head of the Super League is a nonce, and he's dodgier than a white van next to a school. And no, I'm not just saying this for a laugh. I'm saying what I feel. And look, that's what that obviously. While that is, of course, isn't legitimately true. This is how people feel. People don't like this, and this is what I mean. You keep the outrage. We can't let this drop. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see who will be the first player to speak out about it. I hope it is like someone like a Marcus Rashford. Rashford has been so vocal about political things. This is the time for Marcus Rashford to speak out and be like, this is not right. Because, well, and not just Rashford. Of course, it would be great if he is one of them. We need the best players. We need a Messi. We need a Cristiano Ronaldo. We need a Neymar, an Mbappe to speak out and say, no, this is not what we want. We want to stay how we are. Because that's how football is. That is how we've grown up. That's how we felt. Everyone fell in love with football, and it becomes a scary idea when we lose that. Because look, obviously, it seems like we love football, and look, like I say, if the Big Six have to leave the Premier League, just think what happens. Everton, they lose their biggest rival. They lose their biggest rival in Liverpool, and Liverpool lose one of their biggest rivals in Everton. That rivalry's gone. That history between them two clubs, gone. These and fans won't stick by. They won't stick by. The head of the Super League, even as a Crystal Palace fan, there's no point in a Premier League if there are no Big Six, and equally the Big Six become the untouchable six. Exactly. That's the issue. That's why the Premier League will crumble, because what makes the Premier League brilliant is what we've seen this season. We see Arsenal, they 9th at the moment. We see West Ham in 4th place. We see Leicester. They won the league a few years ago. Anything's possible, and with this Super League coming in, not only does it get rid of the Champions League, which creates history for like the likes of Leicester, they get to play against Atletico Madrid, something they may never get to do again. Well, at least at the time, Leicester City fans would have thought this is never happening again. They got the chance to, because they earned the right. That sense of competitiveness was there. They earned the right to play in the Champions League, and they got to do so. That is gone with this Super League. That is gone. It's all about you earn the right to get that, and that's what makes things special. And it's gone now. West Ham will be one guaranteed. What can they do? West Ham can't do anything. Why would they get in to the what's it called in the Super League? At least the Bundesliga is safer now. Look, I think this can't for me. This has to be a big movement. This movement should not only to get this stupid idea written off, get rid of it, but should be used as a way to get these people out of football. The Bundesliga method is brilliant. For those who don't know how the Bundesliga system works of club ownership, and look, I might be slightly wrong here, but 51% of all Bundesliga clubs have to be owned by fans. That means, basically, that without the fans, the clubs can't do anything. At the end of the day, the fans have the final say on things. The Premier League don't have that. Like I said, Manchester United was brought in debt. Fans hated it. FC United of Manchester was made in protest of Manchester United. And if this happens, a lot more of them sort of clubs will be born. Messi and Ronaldo have to speak out. We'll never get a Leicester story again. They're the two biggest and best. Yeah, I agree. Players only speak out when they receive a nasty tweet. We can't rely on them. But we have to. We have to. We have to rely on them. Because look, these players, they care. You look at Marcus Rashford. He came from, Jesse Lingard. They came through loving Manchester United, the history of the club. That has to mean something to them, and they have to speak out because of it. Who would have thought that PSG would be the moral club here in this situation? Change your profile picture in protest. Well, I mean, look, if there's some sort of protest going on, then I would have absolutely no issue doing that. It's what the problem is. Right. So Bakary Sagna has tweeted out completely against the idea of it. In favour of the idea. Bakary Sagna has tweeted out. If I move the face cam, there we go. Oh, I don't think I'll watch football. I think I'll stop watching football because it's not the football I know anymore. Honestly, Bakary Sagna, you're irrelevant. No one cares about you. That's the type of tweet that will has caused us to get in this sort of situation. Liverpool supporter here. Don't care that this is a United channel. Well, it's a football channel, not just a United channel. I'm genuinely sad everything United stands for and has been spat on by the owners. Same with Liverpool. Mate, honestly, this is a moment for all football clubs to unite. It's not just United. Because remember, it's not Manchester United. It's not Manchester United as a club doing this. It's not Liverpool as a club. It's FSG, it's the Glazers, it's Kroenke, it's the owners. The owners and the club aren't the same. We are the club. We the fans are the club. We're the ones that go there. We are the ones that pay their players' wages. We are the ones that they play for. Not the owners. The owners just own us. Well, own the club. They shouldn't. The club is not the owners, and that's the difference. The owners are the issue. The clubs are just I can't think of the word. They're the passengers. Serious point deduction in order. I completely agree. I don't care that I support Manchester United. We deserve a point deduction. Look, no, that's not what I wanted. Look, we beat Burnley earlier, 3-1. Might as well have been a 10-0 defeat. Honestly, I don't care. It the fact that we're accepting this, it's not good enough. It may show up as bald Messi, but I changed it. Oh yeah, I can see bald Messi. Someone tell me this. This is some disgusting dream. Unfortunately, it's not, mate. I cannot wait for the players to begin speaking out. Like I said, let's hope they do, and let's hope they do it quickly. And look, what I want to say further on, it's not with this idea of the Super League. It comes with its own new rules. Of course, this is gonna be somewhat like boxing, in the sense that these Premier League these Super League games won't be played at Old Trafford anymore. Old Trafford will be used for the Premier League games, but Super Leagues they'll get the biggest stadiums, whether that's in the Europe or not. They'll take the highest bidder. They'll go, Singapore, how much are you going to give me? Qatar, how much are you going to give us? Oh, you've given us the most. We'll go to Afghanistan. We'll play a game there because they've offered us the most money. It's all about money and greed, and it's a disgrace. They are ruining football now. I completely agree. It's horrible. Like I said, I don't know what's happened. The Europa League and Champions League have now been put on stall. Meaning, look, when by the sounds of it, we're going to be knocked out of the Europa League. I imagine Champions League, PSG will be awarded champions of the Champions League because Real Madrid, Man City, and Chelsea will all be disqualified. Roma and Villarreal will be put into the final of the Europa League because again will be not both Man United and Arsenal will be knocked out the Europa League because again we're part of this competition. From a Liverpool fan, are you still going to support Man United? See, that's the issue because we as fans, we fall in love with our club. It's not easy, is it? Just to say, oh, I don't care about this club anymore. Because it's like, even when, like at the end of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first season at the club, when he took over from Mourinho, when we had nothing to play for, I was like, oh, I don't care about the last 2 games. We drew to Cardiff and we lost to Huddersfield. No, we drew to Huddersfield. We lost to Cardiff. I was telling myself I don't care. Of course I cared. Because you can't just turn off emotions like that. People still care for your football club. So, look, I will want Manchester United to win games. But will I be appalled at them? Yes, I will. And I think it will kill football. English football will fall. Mate, 3 more clubs will join the competition once it starts. PSG will join the big league because they cannot afford to miss out. Same with Bayern and Dortmund. Well, apparently Bayern are interested. Apparently Leipzig and Porto are the other 3. Apparently PSG have turned it down, and PSG will continue to turn it down actually because their owner is like good mates with someone who works at FIFA, so they can't afford to, or they're fucked. Football has to be rebuilt. But it can't because these clubs are always gonna be there. The biggest clubs will has a grip on football and will not let go if it's allowed to. Unless it has to. And the only way that's possible is if FIFA and all the other big corporations, and federations get together and stamp it out. Tell players, look, if you're playing in the Super League, you're not allowed to pay for your country anymore. That's through FIFA and UEFA, obviously that's the Euros and the World Cup. So you're not allowed to pay in them. You're not allowed them. So that straight away will split a lot of players. especially those who are proud to play for their countries. Is it guaranteed? Is this 100% going ahead? Well, I mean, they've planned it. There's not a start date yet, but obviously, this is what we know. Look, Spencer Owen tweeted out here: "Congratulations to Leicester winning the double, and PSG have won the Champions League." UEFA have not. Apparently, UEFA have not postponed it. According to Rob Harris, I don't know who Rob Harris is. Rob Harris says that Champions League hasn't been postponed yet. Getting hold on. Let me just skim through all this. We need emergency legislation to be passed in Parliament. Yeah, just the owners out there could now be impossible. Well, I agree. It's going to be hard, isn't it? We'll just have to see what's going to happen. Find the clubs involved, billions. But I mean, money talks, doesn't it? Money does talk. I mean, I don't think it's that easy. I'm just in shock. This is something you do in FIFA, not real life. Yeah, I agree. And we need to organise 1 million fan march outside Parliament. But it's just not possible, really, is it? I'm going to start watching competitive pro clubs. It's like boxing, where one boxer can never be knocked out. How can you destroy something as big as football? Just how? Even if this doesn't happen, it's going to leave a lasting negative effect on football. What a title. I'm glad you liked it, Charlie. I swear they suggested this at the start of lockdown. They changed their mind. They suggested Project Big Picture, which was just the Premier League, which was basically this as well, yes. But the fans and the backlash towards it stopped it. And again, that's what has to be done this time. But it has to be bigger than that. From an Arsenal fan here, yes, I would love to see Arsenal play Barcelona and every other team every week, but in the Champions League only. This is where only when we get there. UEFA don't care about money. And Charlie Thompson, that is brilliant. Yes, it would be great to play Barcelona, but for one, when you're doing it every single week, every year, it loses something. What makes going out to play Barcelona so brilliant is that you've earned the right to do it. Same for really when like a Norwich get promoted and go to play the best teams. They've earned it's so good because they've earned the right to do it. With this competition, you don't. You don't earn it. You get given it because you own it. It's the equivalent of the guy of when you go out to the park and you're the guy that brings the ball. You decide whose plays. It's the equivalent. It's my ball, my rules. I decide who plays. That's what this is. Like, people will get bored of just watching. Oh, Arsenal play Barcelona again, do they? All right, go on then. Fair play. No one cares because you haven't earned it. Arsenal, look, this isn't a dig at Arsenal because look, there's just this example. Arsenal are currently in a worse league position than West Ham, than Leicester. They do not deserve to be playing in any European competition over them two as it stands. But they get in because they bring the more eyes to the competition, and that's it's disgraceful. PSG owners are also linked to Bein Sport, who own the Champions League TV rights. So PSG won't join until Bein Sport has the Super League rights, and suddenly they will join. I thought Euro 2016 would be the worst moment in English football. Wait, so does the Super League? So what does the Super League do? So basically, the Super League it replaces the Champions League and Europa League, where, well, I mean, we've got the rules here. So, competitive format. So there'll be 20 top clubs, 15 founders every year. So the same 15 clubs will always be in there. So that's the first massive difference between the Champions League and this new Super League, is that the Champions League, obviously, no one is just automatically qualified for the Champions League. It's you earn the right to play in the Champions League by winning either your league, or in the Premier League you get top 4. Or you win the Europa League, you win the Champions League, you get in. You've earned the right to. With this, it's the 15 founding clubs, the 15, or in my example, the 15 kids who bring the football. They play no matter what. They haven't earned the right to play in it. They just get to play in it. And then 5 other teams from randomly get to play. They go to the park. They see 5 kids like, oh, do you want to play with us? That's what it is. Then they go into a. They get split up into 2 10 league groups. The top 3 of each group qualify for the qualification round, and then 4th and 5th of both play a qualifying game, and then they go to the qualifiers when they'll then do quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then a final. Look, they want to keep teams playing in their domestic leagues. That will not happen. It won't happen. And what can I say? Who do you support? I support Man United. But I mean, in this situation, I mean, I've always said this channel, while I am a Manchester United fan, I watch a lot of Manchester United. I watch like all the Man United games. This is a football fan channel. This is all about football. And that's why I felt like I had to go live. It's a disgrace. It's going to get so boring after Barca play Arsenal for years to come. Yeah, because there is no gratification. It's not satisfying to play someone you haven't deserved to get to. It's like, I mean, you all right? If you're in, it's like joining a football team and playing because they've got no one else. You haven't earned that right to kind of play. You just get to play. You haven't earned it, so it doesn't feel right. Football is still alive in South America, but that's the best place. Yeah. From Fabrizio Romano, there's nothing stated, official or confirmed yet about next Champions League and Europa League matches being suspended. No press release, nothing decided yet. UEFA meetings in the next hours will clarify this point. No entry sign, #UEFA. I'm supporting Mickey Mouse Clubhouse FC. This is simply war on English identity again. Well, it's not just English football, it's all of football. Corona made the teams lose money, so they decided to set up a new system to maximise profit, minimise risk, and screw the fans. Again, bang on. It will destroy European football, not just the Premier. Again, I completely agree, copy. It will destroy my life, to be honest. At least City won't win a treble. There won't be a treble anymore, will there? Cavani is pleased he's leaving Europe now. And this will take over the Prem, so Man United will leave the Prem to join this. Well, the idea is that they're meant to play at the same time. The Premier League has said it's not going to happen because obviously the current set of the Champions League means that you play 6 games, and then from the start of the season, then you play. There's a big gap where you play like your League Cup games, and there's FA Cup. And then you go to the Champions League where you're in the knockout rounds. So there's not loads of fixtures, and you play your FA Cups in the weeks and the missing weeks. with the new competition, you're playing so many games. You're playing, well, straight off the bat, you're playing, 18 games in the group stage as it is. So there's no room for the League Cup. There's no room for the FA Cup. There's no room for the Champions. Obviously, Champions League is gone in general. So the Premier League have said, if you join this league, you can't be part of the Premier League. And these clubs will move. They don't care. They care about, these owners don't care. The clubs care because we the fans care. The owners don't care. Chelsea got ratioed by a random Twitter account on there saying we don't want a Super League. I'm a Barcelona supporter. Fair enough. As much as it kills me to say it, I hope UEFA do throw the. I agree. If the European Super League doesn't happen, as we all hope, it will be interesting to see how the PR repair jobs of the greedy top 6 clubs go. They may see today as a day they lost a lot of fans. There must be some sweaty boardroom right now. Hold them accountable. Again, brilliant from Spencer Rowan there. Like I said, this can't just be a one-time reaction then left. This has to continue. We can't just let these fans get away with it, regardless of whether it does go through or not. What was I going to say? And yeah, well, regardless if we get it cancelled or not, we cannot stop this outrage, because if we do, that's when it will get accepted, and that's when we've lost. I'm going to support Leeds now. Mate, honestly, don't lose faith in your club. You love your club. You are not responsible. Your club is the fans. It's the history. It's not your owners that are ruining and dragging your team's name through the dirt. Remove all the trophies from. Yes, I mean, what Gary Neville was saying earlier on Sky, I agree. Ban them all. Strip them all. If they think it's okay to leave their domestic games in tatters after what supposedly these owners care about, obviously the fans, if they really cared, they would not be doing this. It's just fine them all. I will hunt down and kill who's behind this. I'll hunt down, sorry. Teams could literally play a Sunday League team in the Super League every week and get away with it. But they won't play it in the Super League because Super League is where the money's at. This is what we mean about the Premier League. If let's say Manchester United played in both competitions, they would either have two first teams, meaning obviously the Leicester Cities, they'll have their best players brought by Manchester United, by the Manchester Cities, so they have two brilliant first teams so they can compete in both tournaments. Or they will just, these teams knowing, no matter what, we are in the big competition, we are in the competition that has the most eyes on it, because it will bring in the most money. We're going to be in there all the time, so we're going to try and win that all the time. And if we get relegated from the Premier League or whatever, playing a second string team all the time, who cares? We're still in the Europa. We're still in the Super League, where we want to be. What a joke. No way Barcelona is going to be playing Manchester United every couple of weeks. Well, I mean, obviously it won't be as often as that, but I mean, it'll be like La Liga, but from teams around the world. I'll be going postal in a boardroom near you. Give Aston Villa all the trophies that the Super League teams won. As a Barcelona fan, I hope the very least, our debt is gone, and I hope it works out for the sake of football. So this is another case of money, consumer. It is, Charlie. It's all about money. All about money. Game's gone. We must march on Parliament and demand protective legislation to be passed immediately. And the owners collectively agreeing to hoard Europe's top talent. Let's see Leicester on the cover of FIFA 22. Well, obviously that's the owners collectively agreeing to hoard Europe's best talents. That's not a thing, but that's how it will have to come into. It's ironic how Man U have a banner saying, well, exactly. Really, because what will happen is these big clubs, obviously, players can't play 3 games a week all season. So what will happen is they will have to pick. They will have to pick which. Well, they'll either have to pick Well, they'll have to pick between having 2 top 11 sides. So that would mean buying players from the other big team, other teams who aren't in the Super League. So like Manchester United going to Leicester, who aren't in the Super League, and buying their best players, or second, playing their second team in the Premier League, meaning the Premier League, the quality in the Premier League will drop. No, because they know the Super League is where the money's at. They want to win the Super League. They want the money from the Super League. That's where all the money's at really now. Same reason why the big clubs really gave up in the FA Cup, because there was no money in it. So they focused all the big Premier League clubs focused on the Premier League, and if they can win the FA Cup too, great. But the Premier League is the main focus because that's where the money is, and that's what these clubs care about now. They don't care about the fans, don't care about you or me, don't care about the history of the club. They care about the money, and I think that's clear. You can see what Sir Alex Ferguson, he's come out and has condemned it. He said Champions League nights are some of the best nights in Manchester United's history. But yeah, we're still still in there. Our probably most iconic man ever in our football club's history hates the idea, yet we're still following through. What a joke. According to the FA statement, they confirmed FIFA would not recognise any European Super League player and would ban all of them from official FIFA competition. Would play to throw away their international duties. Well, I mean, this is what I mean. That's the type of law and rule that will help stop this European Super League. Because like we've all keep saying, a lot of people and a lot of players care about playing European football, about playing international football. Sorry. So if there is rules like that in place, it will stop players. And it will stop players. Really hope a big name from one of the Super League clubs comes out to oppose it. Remember when we had sports personalities like Muhammad Ali who stood for something. Again, like I said earlier, we need a big player to come out and speak out about it. Unfortunately, I don't think we will. We'll get that. Look, there you go. I was gonna do Marcus Rashford. That's big news. If that's true, breaking news, Liverpool have quit the European Club Association, effectively no longer part of FIFA or UEFA. Look, we have to hope these big players in the footballing world come in and speak out. We have to hope for it. Long live our glorious Premier League. PK's one who would be open to speak. Well, yeah, we have to get these big players speaking out because that will be massive. If we get the big like Ramos, Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi, all speaking out about this, it won't happen. But look, apparently Jurgen Klopp is willing to, from what I've heard, is willing to step down and walk from Liverpool from what I've heard. If that's true and that happens, that's a huge statement. It's a statement of intent from Jurgen Klopp. Say, we will not stand for this. What do you think the chances of this going ahead are at the moment? Well, at the moment, it will be quite high. Because I think, Manchester United owners, they've proven enough time, they do not care about the fans. They don't. What will happen if Bayern Munich, for example, they come out, PSG, they come out and speak out about it. The players come out and speak out about it. We can't let this be ignored, and players can't be silenced on it. And people like Bakary Sagna coming out and saying what he has said, laughing at all of us, trying to protect our game, isn't helping anyone. And we've got not just Liverpool fans in here. We've got Villa fans. We've got a Barcelona fan. We had a Juventus fan in here earlier. It's not just it's not just the English clubs who don't like it. It's everyone. No one likes this. But again, I must reiterate, this is not Liverpool. This is not Manchester United. This is not Barcelona. This is not the club. This is the owners. The club is the fans. It's the history of the club. The owners are what is doing this. And we must remember that. It's not a time to turn on this is a time more than ever to be united as one. Many countries in our position would pass legislation to prevent this. We need to start standing up for our own interests as a nation. Well, when all the leaks and rumours were coming out about it, Boris Johnson did make an announcement about it, but I haven't read that. I don't know what impact that will actually have. This is a bloody fiasco. If this happens, football's dead and Europe will most likely fall to American sports. Well, that's what we're doing. That is exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to Americanise it. All teams involved have left said association. We must unite as one giant football lad and bust down some doors. Yeah, closed people have confirmed to me. Klopp has told FSG if the club confirmed the statement, he would walk either immediately or at the end of the season. Watch Fogden's video. I can't watch it now, but of course I'll definitely have a watch of it after. Football is dead. It is. Well, luckily there is still hope. There is hope that FIFA and other big corporations, they sort it out and they solve this issue. I'm personally insulted as an English football fan. Yeah, well, yeah. Chelsea vs Barca. Let's have it, mate. Can't wait for some of that, lad. Football never dies if it's just reduced just to kick around. Well, yes. Villa football. That's well said. That football will, at the highest level, may die. Like our favourite clubs may be gone. But, look, as Villa football fan said, football will never truly be gone. We will always still have, obviously, going down to the park with your mates. The stuff that makes you fall in love with football. It's just these elite clubs. Again, they will disappear. If this goes through, and this is a part of life, this will fall through. Especially if the football governing bodies put things in place to make this league as shit as possible, and doing stuff like making the players participating in this competition not able to play international football. will do that. This will mean the Prem won't survive, the Championship won't survive, League One. Well, yeah, because it will all fall through. Because the money will disappear. The Premier League has a massive part to play in keeping the smaller and the lower league and the football pyramid alive. And without the big six in it, that Premier League will fall. That's the reality of the situation. I was in a Spanish stream earlier, and they were saying they were loving the idea just because it's bad for the Prem. Yeah. Well, time to support Preston North End. Hold on, bro. Don't talk like that about the clubs. Will not survive. I cannot take it. Well, the thing to take from this is that we all may all have our own colours, badges, history, with plenty of banter thrown in. But again, you know what? Pin it. You're right. Like, no matter what, we'll always be football fans. We'll always want what's best for football. And obviously, if you're in English football. This is a kick in the teeth, a slap in the face, the lot. Lucy, I'm glad you have no idea what's going on. Look, I mean, I don't think there's any more announcements coming. Well, I mean, look, we'll look at this. Oh, look, no one's happy about it. Brilliant. Ben, look what Ben thinks. Will you still support Man United? Well, I mean, this is the infuriating bit. You can't just turn off your feelings. Like, copy. Even though what Liverpool, what the owners have done is horrific. I still love Manchester United. I hate the owners. I love Manchester United. I love the club. I love the fan base. I love the history of the club. So I will still support Manchester United. But I will continue to not support the Glazers and the ownership, which is why we're in here, and is ownership that should never have been allowed to get hold of Manchester United in the first place, and who have hated since they were appointed as Manchester United owners, because they should have never been allowed to own Manchester United. They brought the club on debt, and they've done nothing but bring failure to the club, haven't they? I can't wait to see Accrington Stanley win the Prem. I mean, look. Have Barcelona said anything about it? I believe Barcelona tweeted out, "We love you," like, to the fans. Well, you don't, do you? Yeah. So they tweeted this out. "We love you, coolers," or colours, or whatever, however you say it. This was tweeted out. Right when the news were coming out about the Super League. Obviously, that's why it's full of no to the European Super League. They knew the backlash was coming, but they didn't care. Asked me if I'd like to see a club like Manchester United relegated because of an insane run of bad form, and I love the idea for the banter of breaking it. I love the idea for the banter of it, but the idea of losing them like this is the heartbreaking. But yeah, it's like you look at Leeds. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan, so I feel a bit differently. But Leeds got absolutely destroyed because financially their owners were awful. That's not fun. That wasn't really. What? Well, it's like, oh yeah, it's Leeds, ha ha ha. It's not funny, is it? It's not like Liverpool this year. It's funny to laugh at Liverpool this year, and because they're doing so badly, because oh, they'll be back next year anyway. It's fine. Same with when Chelsea have a meltdown. You laugh at them because next year they'll be back. You can't laugh at these clubs now. You can't, because no matter what, they'll always be in the top European competition. The thing that made the Champions League so special is that you earned the right to be there. No one had a divine right to be there. It doesn't matter if you're Chelsea, if you're Barcelona, Man United. If you did not do well enough to earn your right in that competition the year prior, you're not in it. That has gone. That is gone. That has ruined competition in English football. That is a joke. The next Ballon d'Or nominees are going to be interesting. Well, yeah, it will be, won't it? Even fans of English clubs outside the top 6 have a shared history with us all. The other clubs, the games, the rivalries. Well, that's what I mean. Everton, they are going to lose their biggest rivals. That history of the Merseyside derby gone because FSG wanted a bit more cash. Relegation battles are so entertaining, so much passion, desire. Where is the desire in the European Super League if you know you can't get relegated? Exactly. Well, I mean, because it's not even as if, because obviously how a league works, it's because it's not really a league. How a league works, Bayern have joined the Super League, I won't be surprised. How a league works is you got 20 teams, none of them are guaranteed to be there next season. You have 3 teams that get relegated at the end of the season, or at least according to in the Premier League, 3 clubs get relegated at the end of the season, and then they get replaced. With this, we have 15 teams, regardless of where you place in the league, that are guaranteed to be there. So Arsenal theoretically could come bottom of the Super League. They will still be in there next year. In their next year, but there's 5 clubs that will constantly get replaced. They could win it, like they could get 4th in the league and still not being in there next year, despite the fact they've earned the right. Realistically, they've earned the right to be there again, but because they might have had a bad league campaign, they're not in there anymore. And like Copy says, no one watches football because they love a trophy. No one cares that, I don't love the fact we won the Premier League trophy. I love the journey there. The journey is what makes people love football. You earn Manchester United, when we won our 20 league titles, we earned the right to lift every single one of them Premier League titles. We earned the right of every time to go to the Nou Camp and play Barcelona. We earned the right to do that because the European football is the pinnacle of football. You should earn your right to be there. And you don't anymore. And that's horrific in my opinion. It's like when your rival goes into administration, you're actually quite... Yeah. No cap. That's cap. When Rangers got liquid, I was chuffed. Fair enough. I am a Chelsea fan. Chelsea joined the league. I am going to support my home team. Well, look, I mean, like I said, Sean, don't lose faith in Chelsea. Chelsea as a club isn't the problem here. It's Roman Abramovich. Remember that. I'm a Man United fan and I'm disgusted that our club has participated in this. They've also thrown Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy away like it meant nothing. The 99 season, the treble winning team, the Busby Babes. Exactly. I said this at the start. I can only talk about Manchester United, but Manchester United is built on European night, on the Champions League, on, European football. The Busby Babes, European football. Obviously, the terrible Munich air disaster. That European football. A massive part of Manchester United is the Munich air disaster. Thanks to European football. And obviously, that is a travesty It's a big part of how we are and why we are the club we are. Obviously, our current manager and our probably the most famous person in Manchester United history, their biggest achievements was winning the treble, winning the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. This league pretty much kills the Premier League. It does get rid of the Champions. Well, not officially, but will pretty much kill the Champions League and will kill the FA Cup as well. All in one, we killed the biggest thing in our club's history. Just like that. So next season, the Champions League, Leicester, West Ham, Everton, Leeds, Atalanta. Yeah, the thing is, like, no offence to these clubs, but who the hell really cares about watching Napoli versus Real Sociedad? No one really, do they? People watch Bayern Munich versus PSG because they are two heavyweights with the best players in the world. No one cares about Real Sociedad, really. Like, no disrespect to them, they have Januzaj. He's not killing Mbappe, is he? Close the door now, how? The magic of the FA Cup is unrivaled and will never be surpassed. Abraham, the Champions League is cancelled. Technically, I don't think the Champions League has technically been cancelled yet, but it pretty much will mean the end of it. Mighty, I was joking, but referring to how I mean Peterborough will maybe get into the Prem up the pot, but the Football League heavily relies on the Premier League. It doesn't have that anymore. The Premier League will lose millions if the top six leave. Soulless. I agree, Danny Murphy. And look, just scrolling through Twitter, it's awful, isn't it? Told all 6 Premier clubs have quit the European Club Association along with the 6 other founding fathers of the Super League. Which if that is true, means we could be kicked out of the Europa League. For Manchester United fans. If that's true, it could mean PSG could be handed the Champions League trophy pretty soon. Because they are the only team left in the Champions League who are not part of the Super League. The Europa League final could be set in stone with it being Roma versus Villarreal. Obviously, both of them the only teams left in the Europa League still, not part of the Super League, isn't it? The only way we can stop this is by not watching it as a collective unit. Like with me, I've said it. I mean, Copy said it a few times in the chat. We have to come together. I don't care if you're a Man United fan, if you're a Leeds fan, if you're a Liverpool fan, Man City fan. We have to come together as one and stop this and for once and for all, get these greedy twats out of our football clubs. There should be laws set in place for football clubs to be owned the same way as the German clubs are to stop this happening. Because it's a disgrace. Sorry, have you seen the documentary where Ron Atkinson goes to manage the Posh? It's very funny. I'm not that updated, but what are the chances of the Super League actually happening? Well, at the moment, I would say it's about 80% of it happening. 80-90%. It's all about how the backlash happens tomorrow. How will the players and how will the other governing bodies react to this? Because it's only, obviously you have to remember, it's only been been announced for the last 2 or so hours. So, it obviously, as the days go by, these other footballing organisations will speak out, and we'll find out what's going to happen to all of these clubs that are trying to join the league. Obviously, like there's been rumours that they will stop players from playing in Europe. I think that's a good start. Look, we have to do more, but it's a good start. And we have to force teams not to want to do this. It's a sad day for football. If the clubs have left the ECA, then that's it. They are legally bound to ban the clubs with immediate effect. I think that even that's quite unlikely. Close the door now. What are the chances of it actually happening in European? FIFA statement says FIFA can only express its disapproval to a closed European. Yeah, I've read it. Bayern and PSG are our only real hope. I agree, but apparently Bayern Munich are joining it. But yeah, PSG are massive, and the players are massive. We can't underestimate the power football players can have. They need to do their bit. I love European Super League. I don't know about that, Ali. Bayern have joined. Have they officially yet? So sad how we will never be. There will never be a Leicester fairy tale again, or a 4-0 Liverpool come back in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Well, theoretically there could be something like that, because technically they do go into a knockout round. But what makes them special is because they've earned the right to be in that competition, and that's not going to be the case anymore. These teams. Like, my best example is, when Greece won the Euros, that was such a fairy tale because they earned the right to get there, actually, wait, hold on, they might not have earned the right to get there. Did they just? Oh, I can't remember how they got in. No, we'll go Porto. Porto winning the Champions League was such an achievement because they earned the right to be there by doing their stuff in the league and winning all their games. Now, Liverpool haven't earned the right to be there. Neither have all of the other 12 clubs. It's a sad day. It's a sad day for football. And as Mark Goldbridge just tweeted out, April the 18th, 2021, the day football died. I think it speaks volumes about the amount of people in here and their distaste for it. Based on the reactions today, UEFA should seriously reconsider their own plans, which will likely see clubs leapfrog from others and qualify for the Champions League based on history, and more importantly, receive a bigger financial share on the broadcast income for the same reason. The thing is, unfortunately, these clubs are bigger than the league. Like, the reason the Premier League gets so much money is because of these big clubs. So the Premier League can't just, they can't just kick them out. They can't. They can't do that because then the Premier League will suffer. And that the Premier League as an organisation will crumble. And that will cause everything else to crumble. Quite is right. Galatasaray on the They might be. I don't know. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will end the European Super League 2024. Look, it's a sad day for football, in my opinion. It. Look, we can only hope tomorrow there's a massive reaction, massive backlash against the idea, and we see we see it go against it. Look, this is the vice chairman. The vice chairman of this league doesn't know the offside rule and is the chief executive. Well, is he the chief executive or co-owner of my football team, and has been for over 20 years. What a joke! I supported Spurs from 1977 till 2 hours ago. Heartbreaking. It's not my club anymore. Yeah. They've got, well, what I will keep saying, it is your club. It's Daniel Levy. It's look, football clubs are like roller coasters. We go up and down with them, but we stay with them because it's the club we love. And it's like the guy that controls the roller coaster. He's the chairman. We love the roller coaster, but we hate the guy controlling them. And the guy controlling them is the issue. The owners, it's Peter Levy, it's the Glazers, it's FSG, it's Stan Kroenke, it's Roman Abramovich, it's Florentino Perez, Andrea Agnelli, and it's Joel Glazer. These three waste men, wankers, all ruining the beautiful game, because that's what it is. I mean, I think Mark Goldbridge again makes a good point. Look, all our players, and whether it's a Manchester United fan player or whatever, they always go, they care about the fans. Prove it, and speak out, because that's the only way this will be resolved. Whether this goes ahead or not now doesn't matter. The club owners have shown their true colours, and the fans of their country never forget. There is no coming back from this for them. Built by workers, stolen by millionaires. Paul, you bang on. It was the poor man's game and has been ruined by the rich. I mean, look, if it does get redone, well, cancelled. Like you said, the clubs have shown their true colours. Same situation of when Tottenham and Liverpool during the pandemic put their workers on the furlough scheme. They showed their true colours then, and they've shown them again today. Manchester United, we've continuously showed out. Well, the owners have. Again, when I say the clubs, of course, I mean the owners. The owners have shown their true colours. And it's not the clubs that have ruined football and killed football, it's the owners. No FA Cup today. Paul, support the Eagles with me, bro. Ali is an anti-English person. Wow. It's a sad day for football. Hopefully, like I said, when we wake up, all these... there will hopefully be a plethora of players showing that they do care and speaking out against it. I have to wonder again why was it done now? Why was it done at like 11 o'clock? See why? Because they was hoping that a lot of people would be in bed. They would be hoping a lot of people wouldn't have seen this message, and as such, the backlash behind it wouldn't be so great. The players must speak out. I agree. They must speak out. We must not let this settle. We must keep this going. Don't let the greedy owners win. Don't let it happen. Because as soon as that happens, that's when it's gone. This can't fizzle out. We must not let it fizzle out. It must keep going. We must keep it going. Keep banging that drum as loud and as quickly as possible and make them hear us. As Copy said, and it's the pinned comment for a reason, the thing to take from this, no matter the colours of our kits, the badges of the shirt of our team, we are together. We care. We have one love, and that's football, and that's the beautiful game. And whether you are a Liverpool fan, a Tottenham fan, keep that. Hold on to that, because no matter what, these greedy owners can never take that away from you. And that, I think, is where we're going to have to end it for tonight. I mean, look, for sure there will have to be, and I think there has to be serious consequences for this. Relegate them, I would agree, but the Premier League can never do that, because the sheer amount of money they would lose from losing us. Think about it, and this will be the last thing I will say before I leave. You think about the Premier League want the Big Six to stay in the league because the money we bring the Premier League and the eyes it brings the Premier League. So they can't relegate us as well, because that's the same as us just leaving. So it's the same problem. They give us a point deduction. Well, what do? We just go, all right. Well, if that's how you're going to treat us, we don't want to be here anyway. We'll leave anyway. So the Premier League alone can't do anything. The Premier League, alongside FIFA, alongside the FA, they can do something, and that's what they need to do. Just stop being so negative, Ali, my guy. Take all actions possible. I'm mad at my football club Chelsea. I'm pissed off. Honestly, like I keep saying, don't be pissed off at Chelsea, because Chelsea is the fans. Chelsea is the badge. Chelsea is the history. Be pissed off at Roman Abramovich. Don't be pissed off at your club. Be pissed off at your owners, because the owners are the problem. The club is not. The club is the history, is the fans. The history and the fans are the club, and they did not pick this. It's the greedy owners that are billionaires who can afford to buy these clubs and buy off people that care to try and make money, and they are the problem, and they are the reason we are in a situation like this. And look, that's the heartbreaking part of it. Anyway, look, I mean, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream at least. I know it's sad news. I mean, yeah, I mean, what can we do? We can hope and pray. Of course, on this channel, while I am a Manchester United fan and we do a lot of Manchester United content here, this is a football fan channel. So any news we do get about any updates about this, I will try and get that out to you guys as soon as possible. So look, I mean, if you guys have enjoyed the stream, or at least my coverage of this, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, like I said, this is going to be it. Hopefully, people will start talking. The players will show action, and we can get this resolved. Anyway, like I said, in a bit all. Peace.